Hello. I hope you all are having an amazing day. I wanted to pop over here. I haven't been live for some time, and I was like, you know what? I have a message on my heart. It's so interesting for those that have been following me for some time. That I get out and I start moving, right? And I start moving my body, things just download in my spirit. And sometimes I'm like, oh, this is great. And sometimes I'm like, I'm about to listen to it, tune into it. And sometimes I'm about to share it. And so today is one of those days because I started my morning with something else in mind and my entire day got turned around. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. And then I was like, you know what? It's time to share it. So first message that dropped in my spirit, and this is small, but I was like, I need to share this. So I woke up this morning really wanting to sleep in, like really, really bad because I was tired. Like if I can just be honest, I was tired. But I looked at the weather and I realized it was going to be so hot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to work out early in the morning because I know once it hits 90 some degrees, I'm not working out. Like I already just know that that's not going to happen. So woke up, worked out, had a great morning. And then, of course, as I moved my body, stuff started coming in. So I say all that first part to say, like, when you feel the call to show up, when you feel the call to move your body, when you feel the call to get up and you don't kind of feel like it, move on it. If you're feeling led. Good morning, Taisha. Good morning. Grand Rising. Good morning. So that's the first piece. All right. So if you read the title of this, you already know we're going to be talking about healing today because healing is a prerequisite for your purpose. Thank you so much for the love. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at the same time, so if y'all see me looking back and forth, that's why. But again, I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Healing is a prerequisite for your purpose. Oh my goodness. This is just dropped in my spirit today and I need to share it. So I think a lot of times, good morning, Verns. I knew it was you. Good morning. I think a lot of times when we're moving towards our vision and towards our goals, we feel like if we have something else distracting us, we can put it on the back burner. And I'm going to be very transparent in today's live because if y'all been following me for some time, I'm going to be the first one to tell you about my own journey and my own story. So for me, a few years ago, I went through a divorce. And it was hard. I mean, I don't know anyone that will go through divorce and tell you it isn't, right? And it was difficult. But for me, at that same time, I was raising my 2 kids, working on my doctorate full time, writing a book. So I'm dealing with all these things. And so I kept saying, okay, well, I'll put that divorce on the back burner because it just hurt too much to put it on the front end, right? It hurt too much to feel it. It hurt too much to think about it. It hurt too much to just tune into it, right? So I was like, I'll put it on the back burner and I'll focus on my book. I'll put it on the back burner, I'll focus on my kids. I'll put it on the back burner, I'll focus on my doctorate, right? And that sounds great on the front end, but really what happens when we aren't healing ourselves on a root level, on a core level, it is a loss. Divorce is a loss, you're right. When we're not healing ourselves on a core level, we can't show up fully in the way that we want to be. And here's the truth. The only way to heal is through, right? We can't circumvent the healing process. We can't avoid the healing process. We can only heal by going through the entire process, feeling all the feelings, processing the things you need to process, reflecting, learning, growing. That's the only way you grow, okay? And so it took me a long time because I kept trying to force myself to create success while I was still hurting on the back end. Still trying to force myself, thank you for the love, to show up and write while I was still hurting deep down inside, okay? And I learned through this process, and I'm grateful for this season in my life because without this season, I wouldn't be in front of you today to be able to tell you that healing really is a prerequisite for growth. For me, I did not start expanding and growing in my business and as it relates to my success till I prioritized healing. And this is something that I find to be so important because for me as a coach now, when I work with people and they come to me and they're like, man, Dr. Nicole, I'm blocked. Like, I know I have this big vision. I know I have this thing that I want to do. I know that I want to move in this direction, but it seems like I can't get out of my own way. It seems no matter how hard I try, I take 10 steps forward and 13 steps back. Like I'm stuck. And every time I start working with them to go through it, I realize that they're blocked because of their limiting beliefs, because of the experiences they had, because of the things that they've gone through. And so you can't move towards what you want if you don't prioritize that healing. No matter how hard you try to hustle or hard work your way to success, it doesn't happen without that healing. All right. No matter how hard you hustle or hard work your way through to success, it doesn't happen without that healing. Okay. So for me, in this season in my life, what I started to do is I started to study mindset because I'll be honest, like I had tried every single thing I could try. Yes, we do get stuck and we are sometimes the one that gets in our own way, right? So welcome for those joining now. Say hey as you come in. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, so you'll see me go back and forth. But for me, what I did is I started to prioritize mindset, because I had tried all the hustle. I had tried all the hard work. I had tried trying to avoid it, and none of that was working for me. So I said, all right, I'm going to try to work on mindset. And here's what I need you guys to know. Healing is bigger than journaling, writing things out, and doing affirmations. Affirmations are powerful. Journaling is powerful. But those are supplementary work to doing the inside work, to doing the internal work. And so even recently I was reading, I did a masterclass earlier this week, and I was reading about affirmations, and research says we have neural pathways in our brain, and I'm just going to get real scientific on y'all. It'll make sense in a moment. So we have neural pathways in our brain, and these neural pathways, the more we travel them, the more we create these beliefs, right? So if you say something to yourself like, I am not, hey Ian, good morning. If we say to ourselves, like, I am not successful, and we keep reciting that belief, we're traveling this neural pathway. And we're strengthening it the more we believe it. Affirmations are great because they allow you to create new neural pathways. But scientific research says that you need at least 400 repetitions to create a neural pathway. And then that sounds crazy enough, because who can just sit up and say the affirmation 400 times? But then you also need multiples of 400 to strengthen that neural pathway. So affirmations are great, but that's only after you've done the inside work, okay? Because what ends up happening is people have affirmations, and then they're mad that they can't force their way to create success that they want. So for example, you're standing in the mirror and you're like, I am successful, but deep down you don't really believe that you're successful, and then you don't get any more successful. And so now you're contradicting that affirmation. You don't believe it, and that affirmation hasn't been embedded because you don't believe it. This is why affirmations only happen after you do the inside work. So for me, I had done all of that, right? I had done all of the journaling. I have done all of the meditation, and meditation's wonderful. Journaling's wonderful. I've done the affirmations. All of that is wonderful, but I had to do the inside work. Thank you, Taisha. Thank you. So for me, y'all saw my pajama pants. So for me, yes, you have to believe in yourself, right? But believing in yourself is bigger than just reciting affirmations and standing in the mirror and standing in superwoman pose, all right? So much bigger than that. So for me, I had to do the inside work, and that's when I started to study deeply some of the most life-changing modalities. I started to study hypnotherapy. I started to study tapping. I started to study neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro-linguistic programming, for those that don't know, is the programming is in the patterns of our mind, is how we think. When we take in information from our experiences, we create beliefs about it. This is why two people can have the exact same experience but have a totally different response to it, because they both created totally different beliefs about it in their mind. Success, like anything else, requires maintenance. You got it. You're spot on. And so, sorry, I had to move my phone and see my tablet because I'm trying to do both. But the point is, I started to study these modalities because I needed to make a change from the inside out. And was it easy? No. Was it fun? Not all the time, but was it worth it? Yes. I needed to reprogram my brain and my mind to understand that I'm worthy, to understand that I'm human and I can forgive myself and show myself grace for mistakes, to understand that success is my birthright and that it's beyond available for me. And the reason that I'm sharing this is because there is someone here watching this live, or someone that will catch this replay, that is questioning if what they want is available for them. But here's what I know. The things that you're passionate about aren't by accident. They're not there by happenstance. They're there because it's a part of your purpose. God didn't lay that in your spirit in vain. I am a firm believer that what is desired by you is destined for you, but only when you believe. This is why we get in our own way. Thank you so much for the love. This is why we get in our own way, because we know somewhere deep in our body that we're supposed to be doing something bigger, that we're supposed to be called to doing something bigger, but then we talk ourselves out of it. We talk ourselves out of it because of our limiting beliefs, because of our negative mindset, because we don't believe that we're worthy. And this is why I am so passionate as a coach. If you guys can't hear it, I feel it in my body, like I'm talking fast because there's so many things I want to get up and say. But it's like, I just, there's so much. But this is why I am so passionate as a coach, to not just give people strategies and tools, but to help make healing a priority. Because I could give you strategies all day. I could be there to support you all day in and day out, 24/7. I could be there to give you the tools that you think you need. I could tell you affirmations that you could recite inside and outside and backwards and frontward and everything else. right? Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you. I could tell you all of that. But if your mind is not aligned, none of that matters. Every last single part of that is in vain. And I don't want that. I don't want that for you or for anyone. Thank you so much for the love. Healing is gangsta. I love it. Healing has to be your priority. Healing is a prerequisite for growth, and we are meant to grow. We are meant to expand. We are not meant to remain stagnant, still, or stuck. That is not where we are supposed to be. Not for a small amount of time, not for a large amount of time. You are called here for a purpose and on purpose. And I need you to know that, and I need you to receive that, all right? And this is why, as a coach, this is what I talk to my clients about. Because I have people that come to me and they tell me all the time, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've done this, I've done that, but it seems like I'm stuck. And if I can be honest, and I'm saying this from a place of love, and I mean it from a place of love, sometimes we're in our own way. Sometimes we're in our own way. So back to my story about understanding and learning these tools and these modalities. That's when I started to dig deep about it. That's when I started to dig deep and do the inner work. That's when I started to realize that a lot of my, right here, right now, where I am is a direct reflection of what I allowed myself to believe yesterday. Right here, right now, where you are is a direct reflection of what you allowed yourself to believe yesterday. What you allowed yourself to believe you're worthy of. What you allowed yourself to believe is available for you. What you allowed to believe is your next level, whatever it may be. That's why you are where you are. All right. So inside, I want to, oh my gosh. Thank you, God. So inside, we have a subconscious mind in our brain, in our mind. We have a subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is so powerful, but we are taught to use our conscious mind. Our conscious mind controls about 5% or less of our day-to-day, actions. Our subconscious mind is where lasting transformation and significant shifts take place. So right here, right now, as I'm talking, I'm not telling myself to breathe. I'm not telling myself to blink. My subconscious mind is handling that for me. Your subconscious mind is a powerful, superhuman computer that you have access to, and we don't use it. We don't use it. We never use it. Your subconscious mind is so powerful. Cool fact, whatever your subconscious mind holds is what it starts to move towards. So this is why we often get stuck, because you don't realize you're holding thoughts. You're holding beliefs. You've adopted beliefs that other people have said to you, right? That have kept you stuck, that have kept you stagnant, that have kept you still, because you've allowed yourself to believe that that's what's available for you. Research says we have somewhere between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day, and over 90% of them are negative, and over another 5% are repetitive. So essentially, we're on this hamster wheel, just recycling negative thoughts over and over and over again. And then we wonder why we can't get to where we want to be, because what your subconscious mind holds is what it's drawn towards. So when you tell yourself, oh, that person's just lucky, that's why they're successful, you're not going to get successful, because you convince yourself you're not lucky or you're not worthy, right? When you tell yourself, oh, I'll never be able to do that, no one will ever listen to me, that's why you can't get there, because you convince yourself of it. But guess what? When you flip that belief, when you allow yourself to believe what's available for you, you get to move in that direction. Your subconscious mind never wants to make you out to be a liar. So it's going to seek ways to make you out to be truthful. It's going to seek ways to make what you believe come to fruition. But we have to learn to maximize our subconscious mind. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. And health and self-care is so important. You hit the nail, boom. There it is. You said it, Burns. Like you said it, boom. It's spot on. The most important investment we can make is in ourselves. And for me, that's when I started to make that investment in myself, in my mindset, in learning my mindset, in understanding my subconscious mind and the power of it, and how to actually leverage it. We waste so much time rationalizing ourselves into paralysis. Oh, I like that, Ian. That's awesome. It's so true. We rationalize ourselves. We overthink our way out of the things that we want to do. And then we're paralyzed and feel like we can't move forward towards what we want because we've gotten in our own way. So here's the thing. I could talk about healing all day, right? Let me back that up. Let me tell you this too. Healing is not a one and done, all right? You cannot say, all right, I am healed today. I feel great today. I've done the things that I need to do to prioritize healing. I'm done. I'm good. Healing is a daily commitment, waking up and being intentional about healing. Because here's the truth. Even when you think you're fully healed, you're going to have triggers. You're going to have things that come up for you that make it difficult to prioritize healing. But when you make it a priority, when you make it a daily commitment, it becomes normal. It becomes the norm. You make healing a part of just what you do. And so for me as a coach, that's one of the things that I do with my clients is I prioritize the healing process. I am not the one just throwing strategies and systems at you. I am the one that helps you to understand that we have to get to the root before we can build those strategies and systems to make all of it work. And so for those that, are on this live, that are watching the replay, that are like, okay, so how do we make this happen? I want to share an amazing opportunity. All right. So I have my awesome Elevate Method certification program. And this has been something that I have been working on well over a year and a half. Thank you so much for the love. I have been working on it behind the scenes because I didn't just want to throw anything out, right? I wanted to be able to give you guys something that makes a difference. Not just change that lasts for a day, not just change that lasts for a week, not just change that lasts for a month, but tools where you can take your power back and to create change in your life, lasting transformation in your life, healing, total healing in your life. And inside of my certification program, I teach you just that. I teach you how to not just heal on a surface level, but to go deep, do the deep inner work where it lasts, where it feels difficult, but it's so worth it. I have women that come through the certification and already just within week one are like, oh my gosh, I am blown away. I had a client who just left her job yesterday. Yeah, so yesterday was Friday. She left her job yesterday. She's been with me for a week, but literally there was a total revamp of her mind to say, you know what? This isn't it. Like, I've been doing something where I'm getting in my own way and I know I'm worthy of something different. I have people that come to me that are like, I had no idea how far I was in my own way. I had no idea that I could take my power back and create a mindset shift on my own. I was hiring and trying to find all these people to do it for me and watching a YouTube video here and listening to a podcast here and reading a blog here and trying to piecemeal my way to success and piecemeal my way to healing. And I didn't realize I could do it on my own. This is what I teach inside the program. And the reason that it's so powerful is because I teach you to make the significant change in yourself. And then essentially you create this ripple effect of impact where because you've changed yourself, you get to begin to make changes and support other people at making significant change. Because you have healed and done the inner work within yourself, you get to make a significant shift in yourself where you're no longer putting yourself on the back burner, but like Vern said, you prioritize that health and that self-care. And when you prioritize that health and self-care and taking time to invest in yourself, you show up in a way that you have never shown up before. You show up as a totally new person. I could tell you right here and right now that I was terrified, absolutely petrified. I would rather, I don't know, something extreme, jump off, get hit by a train. God forbid, I never do that. I would rather something so extreme happen to me than stand on stage and talk to people. But because I did the deep inner work, I was able to start talking. I was able to show up on lives and go to trainings and stand up on stage. You guys would never believe that just 2 years ago, you couldn't have paid me to believe that I'd be in front of you right here, right now, doing this very thing because of the level of fear that would create for me. But I'm doing it, right? Which has allowed me to get my voice, my message, my offers, my opportunities out into the world because I overcame myself. I overcame those limiting beliefs that I adopted as my reality. And this is what I teach inside. Thank you so much. This is what I teach inside of the Elevate Method certification program because I want you to not only heal yourself, I want you to be able to create that ripple effect of impact where you're healing other people through your own experience, through your own journey, where you get to make a shift not only in your life, but in the work that you do with other people. And so inside this certification program, I certify you. It's one program, well, I can't count, one program with 5 different certifications. Emotional freedom techniques, which allows you to tap through meridian points and balance your energy. Hypnotherapy, which allows you to reprogram your mind to create the success you desire and deserve. Time techniques, which is a new modality most people haven't heard of. And so with time techniques, essentially what you're doing is if you think of your life like a pearl sequence, we have these different experiences that happen on our timeline, and different experiences that happen block us. They block us. So for example, you may have an experience with anger where it makes it hard for you to heal from anger and move forward. You may have an experience with a limiting belief that makes it hard for you to move forward. You may have an experience where you have an idea for your goal in your future, but because of what you've allowed yourself to believe currently, you can't move towards it. With time techniques, we help you to break the hold that those negative emotions or limiting beliefs have on you, and then we help you to create a compelling future because again, what your subconscious mind holds is what it actually moves towards. It's what it's drawn towards. So again, EFT, hypnotherapy, time techniques, thank you for the love. Then we have NLP, right? NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, how to change the programs, the patterns, and behaviors of your mind. There are probably 50 different modalities and tools just within NLP alone, like Swish, learning how to step into a new identity, anchoring feelings so that you can access an emotion or feeling whenever you absolutely need to, mapping across, helping you to overcome addictions, literally like that. I worked with actually a high school friend of mine who had an addiction to breakfast bars. We did the mapping across technique, and this person has not had breakfast bars in ages. Like, it's been amazing, but it was a shift like that. A shift like that, not something that takes days, weeks, years. I did it for smoking for somebody, and they stopped like that. No patch, no time, dedication, not like that. So there are so many techniques just under neuro-linguistic programming. And then we have life and success coaching, which we all know is an ever-growing business. Right now, it's worth over $80 billion and continuing to expand every single year. These are all of the modalities that are included inside of this program, because I don't want to just throw some certification at you. I want to give you the coaching around healing. I want to give you the coaching around building a profitable and impactful business. So not only do you have the certification, you have the coaching, and you have the community to see your vision through. The level of support inside of this program is truly unparalleled. Truly unparalleled. Thank you so much for the love. And so if you have been ready to step into the next level, you know that you've been in your own way to some extent. Hey, Latasha, you know that you've been in your own way to some extent. You know that you've been blocked in some areas or in some regards. You know that you're maybe struggling with moving into that next level, but you feel called, you feel led, you're ready to make it happen. Send me a DM. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I am not the person that's going to tell you have to do this program at all. When you send me a DM, what I want to do is I want to hold space for us to have a conversation. Thank you for the love. I want to hold space for us to have a conversation. Space for you to understand how this certification program can work for you. Space for you to make an informed decision. And that's what I'm here for. So send me a DM. Let me know. Dr. Nicole, yeah, I've been working on this. I've been wanting this. This is my vision. This is where I feel stuck. Or I don't even know where I feel stuck. I just know that I'm called to something more. I know my passion is tied to my purpose, and I just can't see it through. I just don't know how to get out of my own way. Send me a DM and let's chat about it. And when we talk, I'll talk about how this program works and how we can support you, because this program is in depth. This program is fully supportive. This program is inclusive, and this program will help you to be able to step into your next level. And I feel like I would highly resent and regret myself if I did not at least take an opportunity to offer you this, to offer you an opportunity to make an aligned and informed decision. So again, pop in, DM me, let me know what questions you have about it. So grateful for those that stayed on. This was supposed to be a 5-minute live, but I told you when something drops in my spirit, I just go and I listen. And so I'm grateful for those that, stayed with me live on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm grateful for those that will catch the replay. And I'm beyond excited to be able to connect with those that are really ready to step into their next level. Before we go, I have one reflective question that I really want you to take time to process today. And this is important, all right? I want you to think about, what decision can you make today? Thank you for the love. What decision can you make today that your future self will thank you for? And then once you identify what decision that is, I want you to commit to taking action in that direction. All right, guys, I hope that you have a phenomenal day, and I will check in and chat with you guys later. Bye, guys.